Now we're gonna test the rod bearing clearance using the Plastigage again, and we're gonna do cylinders 1 and 4. So this is 1 and that's 4. Okay. All right, so here's the bearings for 1. That's 4. Push down. Here's another one. Okay. And we're gonna go over here. So these are fractured rods, so you need to make sure that they're in the right position. Okay, that's 1. That's 4. And now we're gonna torque it down. All right, so now we're gonna torque the rod bolts. That's fine. Yeah, start with this one. 20 newton meters. The first round for each connecting rod bearing cap. Okay. And then the second pass will be 70 degrees. Okay, now this is the 70-degree second pass. 70. Ready?
Yeah, good.
Now we're taking it off. Okay. Okay.
Go.
All right. Now we're gonna check the gauge. That looks about 2000s. Right there. See that? Let's check the other bearing cap. Number 4. That's about almost about 3000s. Check it here. Yeah, that's about 3. Which is good. It's not too bad. Actually more like 2000s. Or 1.5. That's good. All right, the second pass, 70 degrees. Okay, number 2 bearing, rod bearing. Let's check it out. It looks like about a 2000s on the bearing cap and 2 on the journal. That looks pretty good. Number 3, about 1.5 thou on the cap and 1.5 on the journal. So that's pretty good. You want to be between 0.0008 to 0.0002 2000s. All right, guys. Now that we checked the rod bearings, we're gonna torque it back down again. So this part is the most tedious. You know, you're taking the cap off, putting the cap back on, taking it back off again, and now we're ready to torque it down and leave it at that and rebuild the rest of the engine. Okay, now that we torqued down the rod bearings, you want to rotate the engine, and for this part, you know, you're focusing on how it feels as it turns rather than how it looks, and there should be a smooth flow, a smooth turn. There should be no heavy resistance. Now, there is no oil pressure through the journals yet, but it should still feel smooth. If you feel any type of resistance, something like some sort of notch, or it catches up, then something's wrong. Something's wrong. So, but this feels good. Okay. Okay. So now we torque down the connecting rod bolt, and the crankshaft's in, the main bearings, all the bearings are in. We're gonna move on to the oil pump module. We're gonna put we already put the new timing chains here, and right here we have all new timing chain guides, sprockets, gears, tensioners. Okay, and here is the oil pump module, and this is a special oil pump because it's a balance shaft inside that needs to be locked in place, and I will show you that in a minute. So to get started on the oil pump module and timing the engine, you need this toolkit. I got mine from KTC, BMW part number 1494. I'm not advertising these guys. I always buy my tools from them. They're great, and they look like this. So you have your timing locking blocks, the jig, the locking pin here, the tensioner tool, the screws. This is to lock the flywheel, and this is what we're working on right now. This is to time and lock the oil pump module shaft. Okay. Ivan? Okay, here's the oil pump module. And once again, there's a balance shaft inside that you need to time with this tool here. Okay, so you gotta look through this peephole here, and with this hand here, right, I'm gonna rotate this and try to find the little opening, and right about right there, see that? So once I locate the little opening, I'm gonna pin it with this tool. Oh, the tool fell. And we're gonna, okay, so it goes in here like that. So that's it, and the other end screws into this part. There you go. And then the shaft should not turn anymore, which is good. Also, it's important that once you time the oil pump module and you pin the balance shaft, you also have to make sure piston number 1 is at top dead center. So we're gonna rotate it right to the top, right there. Okay. For this part, I recommend turning the engine right side up and then working on the bottom. And I'll explain why. Come down. So the reason why it's easier this way is because you know, after you put the oil pump module right here, you'll have a difficult time putting the oil pump module guide. So this is the new one and the new tensioner. Okay, there's 3 bolts that go on the oil pump module tensioner. One right here, one down here, and one over here. Now I will keep everything loose and make sure the chain is wrapped around the main sprocket on the oil pump module, so it's right in there as you can see. And then, yeah, like that. And then you'll put the smaller sprocket on after. And we're gonna try to do that right now. Let's see here. Make sure it's not caught up on anything. This is a little bit of a... Okay, so for this part, we're kind of backtracking just a little bit. So I wanted to show you guys this part. You gotta make sure this is the new tensioner. Make sure it's pinned, okay? And then you're gonna put the 2 bunny ears in here, okay? You're gonna twist, and back here it needs to clip on, just like that. See? And then you put it in into the engine and align the 3 bolt holes. So let's put one on right here. That's 1. That's 2. And then 3rd one. It's right here. Don't torque them just yet, just snug them down. And then you're gonna take your sprocket here and put it here next. Okay, I find it helpful to remove these 2 screws, but leave the 3rd one up here. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna allow more slack to put the sprocket on. Okay, it's gonna look like this. You gotta make sure the key is properly lined up with the oil pump. Voila. Then you're gonna put back the bolts to snug it. And this is a T60 that goes right in the middle. Just snug it for now. And now we're gonna torque down the oil pump module bolts. It's 19 newton meters for the first round and 70 degrees for the second. And now we're going to torque down the oil pump module bolts. These are just 10 newton meters. That's it. And the big bolt here, that's a T60. That's 20 newton meters for the first pass, and then it's 95 newton meters for the second pass. Oh, this is 20. This will pass. Okay. Okay. And for the final torque is 95 newton meters. I recommend a 1/2 inch torque wrench with a T60 like that. Here we go. There we go. And then the last part for the oil pump module, we're gonna release the locking pin from the tensioner. There you go. Make sure it's tight. That feels good. So now we're gonna remove the locking pin. Okay. And we're gonna install the oil pickup tube. And it's just like that. Make sure nothing's blocking it. We're gonna put a 10 millimeter there. And that's that. I'll keep it right here. Okay, and that concludes our rebuild of the shirt block N20 2.0. You know, once we put on the oil pickup screen, torque down that 10 millimeter, we're set. And you know, this whole process with the crankshaft and checking the crankshaft journal bearings with the Plastigage on the main and the rod bearings, making sure they're within proper tolerances and clearance. New oil pump module guide, new chain, new sprocket, and making sure that we time the oil pump module with a locking pin and aligning that with piston number 1, making sure it's at top dead center, and pinning the flywheel. That's also a part of it. And the last part would be this oil pan. I always recommend a new oil pan. It comes with a gasket and a new drain plug. And we'll put the bolts on here, and a new oil level sensor. I recommend that as well. And that'll be it. Tomorrow we'll be working on the top end now. And that means we're gonna be putting a new head gasket, put the cylinder head on there, torque down those bolts. But that'll be for another video. So this concludes our N20 BMW 2.0 turbo shirt block rebuild.